Explain like I'm 5. Why do death row inmates have medical checkups right before their executions? Because in most countries, every inmate, even those set for execution, has a right to health care along with other basic necessities like food and shelter. A health checkup before execution is a way to prove, as a matter of record, that the state has done its duty under the law to keep the inmate healthy and provided humane treatment throughout the incarceration. That standard not being upheld, even for the worst criminals, is something that should raise alarm bells, even if we're in a state that enforces the death penalty. Their health, weight, etc., may affect the proper amount of drugs, electricity, etc., to most humanely administer the punishment. The condemned must be of sound mind and have no conditions that would interfere with the execution. The short version is to make sure they die right. I don't know of any medical conditions that could affect the outcome of an execution. But then again, I'm not a doctor. The convicted has the right to clean death along with those witnessing the death. For hanging too short a drop will result in the convicted being strangled to death. For gas and lethal injection, the body metabolizes certain compounds differently. A wrong dose can lead to the convicted to choke on their own fluids. Remember, some have been found innocent after their sentence has been carried out. So carrying out the state's will as humanly as allowed is the best way forward. They use alcohol pads right before the injection just in case of last-minute calls from the governor. It's so they die properly the first time. And it's humane. People have asked what medical conditions would interfere, and one I could think of off the bat is weight when it comes to hanging. When being hung, the person is supposed to break their neck and basically die pretty quick. But I remember reading that a guy once gained a lot of weight while in prison waiting for his execution. They didn't account for this, and when they hanged him, his head literally popped off from the force of the fall instead of breaking his neck. Probably because the sentence is just death, not suffering, illness and death. So they have to give them a humane treatment before killing them. Same reason why they have suicide watch on death row. There is a good chance that they do. It may seem counterintuitive, but it's likely to ensure that the inmate can't be said to have died of any other reason during the execution that could possibly result in a lawsuit against the state. Since a death row inmate is being executed, they want to ensure they die under the means intended for execution, and not complications caused by other means. Inmates are also in the care of the prison. If something happened to them due to negligence, the prison is liable by the inmate's family. The state believes it is important for the condemned to have absolutely as much life in them as possible for them to take away during dispatch. How we treat our prisoners is a reflection of our society. Granted, it seems, but it is the right thing to do. Why do they disinfect the injection site before injecting the poison? Are they afraid he'll get an infection? What if they're already dead? Come on, man. Use your noggin. Sure hope OP doesn't lay in bed at night thinking up stupid shit like this. Anyone with common sense would know the answer before posting nonsense. Unless because their height, weight, status of their liver and kidneys will determine the lethal dose they need to die.